represents the spiritual understanding that we all yearn for in our solar journey and our solar search for what is spirit. How can we let spirit guide us into a progressive future, a progressive evolution? We have the science of life that was brought here. It was channeled here by two advanced avatars, or archangels. It was founded in 1954 by Ernest Norman and his wife, Ruth Norman. And Ernest Norman was overshadowed by the same consciousness that Jesus of Nazareth was overshadowed by, his higher self, which was Archangel Raphael. Now, Unarius teaches that we're all energy beings, and we all need to understand what is energy, how does energy work, and if we do that, we understand God. God is really energy and motion, and energy, it permeates the whole universe. So we are energy, aren't we? We're energy beings, and when we understand what the negative energy that has permeated our own negative evolution, or our lower consciousness, the negative self, the lower self, then we understand how to change that energy. Now, we all have an awareness of positive energy, which comes from where? Our higher self. But that's the self that's not developed, and it has not been developed for centuries, or hundreds or thousands of years. Therefore, mankind on this planet has been spiritually retarded. And it's time for us to have the knowledge of the science of life so that we can educate ourselves as to the true nature of spirit and the true nature of our higher spiritual awareness.
Very exciting. Today is February 14th, and today is actually the anniversary of when the Academy began in 1954, which is quite a while ago. It's been around for a long time. It was founded by Ernest and Ruth Norman, who were two very advanced psychic clairvoyants who, when they met, knew that they were meant to be together and had a mission that they began at that time, which was the teachings, bringing up to date many of the teachings that have been brought throughout the ages, whether it was Jesus of Nazareth or Socrates or all these advanced people who have incarnated to help our planet move forward, to help us as humanity move forward. And when they came together, they knew inwardly that this was time to bring teachings in an up-to-date scientific interdimensional perspective for all of us. So they met, and within a few days, Ernest began to receive clairvoyantly information, poetry, began voicing, and we know her as Uriel, Ruth Norman. She started to hand write the information down, but it was coming through so fast that they quickly realized they needed to use the technology at the time, which was to audio record the teachings. We now have over 100 books in print, we have audio tapes, we have CDs, we have DVDs, shows that outline the curriculum of this teaching. And Jack, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, yeah, I'm Jack Appel, and I'm also one of the teachers down at the Unarius Academy down in, we're in El Cajon, down near San Diego, actually. And yeah, one of the things I want to add to what Tracy said was the fact that she mentioned that we've been founded basically through the meeting of two advanced people. Yeah. And that, even though they're not here in the physical, that's still happening today. We're still experiencing the assistance of these and many more advanced peoples on the higher realms. So that is what we really wanted to make of this. I wanted to impress that when we talk about spiritual healing and all the things that we're going to try and get into in the short 45 minutes that we have, that it's really an important factor that we know that we're being held, because we really, I mean, basically we really need it, you know. And how I say, what I mean by help is, it's a long process, but in the beginning you get to just begin to know what the past is to relate to the present. And that sometimes is difficult because it's a part of you. So it's kind of like the fingernail. You're thinking, well, how do I know that I've always been shy? Like that's one of the examples I might use later. And you think that's just the way you are, and then you find out there's a reason for it. And so, yeah, they being the higher advanced people will help you learn about things that you basically needed to know to help you move along your own personal spiritual evolution.
We must de amor, por ejemplo, es resolver nuestros propios problemas para no tener esas frecuencias negativas de emociones como miedo o de enojo, de celos, de todos esos, porque esos son de una frecuencia más baja y no llega a comunicar con los ángeles, porque ellos vibran y sus pensamientos, sus sentimientos son una vibración muy alta, y para llegar a esa, como para comunicar con cualquier persona hay que saber su número de teléfono, por ejemplo. Ok, pues el número de teléfono de los seres superiores es muy alta, y para llegar a hablar con ellos, nuestra frecuencia tiene que ser muy, muy alta también. Y las vibraciones de amor, de dar, de no egoístas, etc., esas son las frecuencias superiores.